Okay. Magpul. These are Gen 2. I'm going to show you why they fail on some lowers. So you can see where the bolt hit that follower. There's a little gouge in it. So I just put together this lower here. This is the PSA Betsy Ross flag. Thought it was pretty cool, so I ordered it. I put a Anderson parts kit in it, which I like. They're, you know, pretty standard, but if I put this magazine into this lower, it looked like it worked that time, but see right there where that arm on the bolt catch pushes down on that follower, or the follower pushes up on the bolt catch more specifically, and what that does is that's what stops the bolt. If you push down this follower, of course it's not going to do it now. See what just happened? The bolt catch arm, whatever you want to call that, goes behind the follower. See, if you push it in quick, sometimes it doesn't do it, sometimes it does. See? So the reason that's happening is because this lower is a little bit out of spec. And you can measure it. At least I think it's out of spec. Everyone, you know, people will tell you different things, but anyway, it's the distance from, let's see if I can get this, where this bolt catch slot is to where this notch in the magazine well is just shy of 8/64. So that's a little bit too thick. And what's happening is the magazine is being pushed a little bit too much forward, and that arm doesn't catch that follower. So I tried it on some other lowers that I have. Here's a Ruger lower, and you can see this is a little bit thinner, but this one actually still has problems too. See? See that? So here is this is like your standard PSA, I think they call it like the classic, you know, AR-15 or whatever, just their standard lower. But you can see this one is significantly shallower, so it's almost like 6/64 of an inch. Okay. This one works a lot better. Grabs it, grabs it, grabs it, grabs it. See, because that section is thinner, this magazine seats in further back, right? So now the lowers could be out of spec. I don't know, I'm not like an expert, but I will tell you that the GI mags, they compensate for any of those variances. If you notice, here it is, the main offender here, the Betsy Ross lower, bam, never an issue. Hits that arm every time, because that follower is a little bit longer. That little tab is a little bit longer. So you know, take what you want from that. I think it's a Magpul problem. I mean, lowers are always going to have variances, like anything in manufacturing. So I think Magpul should compensate for that a little bit more. So here's like a Gen 3. This is 300 blackout. But it is, you know, I don't know if they're the same as the 556. I don't think I have any Gen 3 556. But these are a little bit better. Here's the Betsy Ross lower. Grabs it. Grabs it. So, you know, again, take from that what you will. I think these followers have some issues personally, but they're good mags. I like Magpul stuff. I got a lot of their furniture on my AKs and ARs, so, but I think their mags can use a little work personally. You know, it has that issue with 2 out of the lowers I've tested 4 different lowers, and it's had that issue with 2 out of the 4. I tested it on an Anderson lower, you know, which are as basic as you can get, and I really like Anderson lowers. Did not have that issue, but that could have been that particular lower. I've got another one. I don't have it on me, so I can test that at another point. But anyway, yeah, so that's the problem with why sometimes these don't hold the bolt open. Alright.